Also like his stance on like issues in the Middle East,
Yeah.
like in Yemen and Palestine.
He is probably the first candidate ever on stage to take such a strong stance in defense of Palestinian rights, call Netanyahu a racist at the debate. How did that make you feel? What was your response?
Amazing. It was so amazing, especially because he is Jewish, and a lot of people would not expect that from somebody who is Jewish.
Hoje eu vou falar sobre o processo das eleições nos primários democratas nos Estados Unidos. E você que vem me seguindo no 247 deve saber que eu venho falando sobre esse bastante tempo, porque é um processo longo. É bem diferente do que no Brasil, onde as eleições demoram um mês, tem o pré-candidatura por alguns meses. Esse processo já está em andamento de campanha, de debates, das eleições estaduais, para mais do que um ano já. Como vocês devem saber, no terça-feira passado aconteceu um evento chamado Super Terça-feira. Super Terça-feira representa mais ou menos um terço dos delegados no processo da eleição de nomeação do candidato para a presidência democrata, que vai enfrentar Donald Trump mais tarde esse ano. E, contrário a todas as pesquisas que colocou Sanders na frente, no dia do terça-feira, o candidato do capitalismo do grande capital, Joe Biden, venceu contra Bernie numa forma surpreendente. Primeiro, nas vésperas do terça, dois dos candidatos mais populares da centro-direita, o Pete Buttigieg e Amy Klobuchar, que estava mais ou menos no terceiro e quinto lugar até então nas eleições, eles pulam fora da corrida, aparecem num evento de campanha de Joe Biden, que foi muito manipulado. O Biden ficou lendo uma palestra muito bem feita pelo teleprompter, né? E até com isso ele fez alguns erros feios também, que colocou em questão o estado mental dele. Algumas pessoas estão começando a especular que talvez ele está com demência aos 77 anos, né? Mas eles apareceram no palco com ele, abraçando ele e pedindo para seus eleitores votarem nele. E esse ajudou ele a ganhar no Texas, o segundo mais populoso estado nos Estados Unidos, onde Sanders era favorito de vencer, e ajudou ele a vencer em Minnesota. E outro fator que ajudou ele a vencer foi Elizabeth Warren, que parece como a Marina Silva ou Ciro Gomes dessa eleição estadunidense. Ela fez campanha pelo ponto de vista de uma pessoa da esquerda ou do centro-esquerda e dividiu o voto com Sanders. Só que a plataforma dela nunca foi tão esquerda assim. Sempre foi mais moderado do que Sanders. Ela falou, por exemplo, que gosta de capitalismo. Ela falou a favor do Juan Guaidó em Venezuela, a favor das sanções do Trump. Então ela nunca representou um desafio tão grande para a máquina do Partido Democrata do centro-direita. Diferente dos outros candidatos que pulam fora para apoiar Biden, o Warren esperou até depois do Super Terça-feira para pular fora das eleições. Agora, ela não tinha um resultado muito bem, ela nem conseguiu ganhar no estado dela, mas se você veja a diferença do voto entre Sanders e Biden e o percentagem de votos que Elizabeth Warren ganhou, até esses 60 ou 70% dos apoiadores dela votaram em Sanders, ele tinha ganhado mais 5 estados, incluindo Texas, que foi muito apertado. Depois do Super Terça-feira, Warren pulou fora. Só que ela não está fazendo campanha para Sanders. Ela não endossou ninguém ainda. Ou seja, a única coisa, em minha opinião, faltando para ela fazer é tirar férias na França. E todo mundo sabe que Biden tem poucas chances de vencer contra Trump, porque ele representa um tipo de Trump light. Ou seja, todas pautas que Trump apoia, Biden também apoia. Ele tem uma longa história de racismo, ele tem uma longa história de luta contra direitos da mulher, ele votou contra a dessegregação das escolas públicas, ele votou a favor do estado carcerário privado nos Estados Unidos que está gerando muito problema. E sempre, se você veja a história dele no Senado, sempre vota a favor dos bancos. Não é um Trump light. E contra Trump, ele não vence não. É difícil porque Trump, apesar de ser picareta e palhaço e tal, ele tem uma presença em frente das câmeras. Ele é rápido para fazer piada. E Biden fica confuso em frente das câmeras. Então, apesar de tudo isso, o Sanders ainda está no corrida. O Biden passou na frente, mas ele só passou na frente pelo menos de 2%. Ele está 70 delegados em frente do Sanders e ainda tem milhares de delegados para ser decidido. A próxima eleição é chamado o mini super terça, que vai acontecer na terça-feira, com 7 estados. Entre esses 7 estados, Washington, que tem 89 delegados, onde as pesquisas, por enquanto, mostram que Sanders vai vencer. Ainda tem Michigan com 129 delegados, que vai ser mais difícil para Sanders, mas Sanders venceu Michigan em 2016 contra Hillary Clinton. Além disso, tem Idaho, que é um estado do oeste dos Estados Unidos, onde Sanders está em frente do Biden nas pesquisas. Ele venceu Nevada de uma forma decisiva, ele venceu Califórnia. A chance é bom que ele vence Idaho, mas Idaho só tem 20 delegados. Estado pequeno. E tem alguns estados pequenos do sul, pequeno em termos de delegados, né? Como Missouri, Arkansas, etc., onde Biden provavelmente vai vencer. Então, Sanders ainda tem uma chance. Porém, eu estou começando a ficar bastante preocupado com o estado da democracia, com o estado do direito em todos os países. Porque o que a gente viu em super terça-feira é bastante parecido com o que aconteceu no Reino Unido com Jeremy Corbyn. Nas semanas antes das eleições, Corbyn estava ou nivelado ou na frente. Ele acabou levando uma surra por causa de uma operação muito manipuladora e muito poderosa que aconteceu nos mídias sociais e no mídia hegemônico nas semanas antes das eleições. Todas essas companhias de mídia social são da direita. O Mike Zuckerberg é da direita. O Twitter agora foi tomado pela direita. E o WhatsApp é do Facebook, né? O Instagram é do Facebook. Então, o poder está no mouse de algumas poucas pessoas que são da direita. É uma situação muito manipuladora. Eu estou começando a perder esperança no processo eleitoral. E eu acho perigoso que a esquerda brasileira agora está colocando todas as suas ovos numa cesta só, como a gente fala nos Estados Unidos, apostando que vai retomar poder em 2022. As eleições democráticas estão perdendo força. Então, o que nós podemos fazer para garantir que a democracia retoma o Brasil, que a democracia retoma os Estados Unidos, porque por enquanto não está parecendo muito democrático lá. Espero que os jovens venham com algumas ideias, porque a situação está ficando crítica agora. E agora vou falar um pouco sobre o meu programa do Real News que eu legendei hoje. Essa é uma reportagem do The Real News que aconteceu na quarta-feira da semana passada, o dia depois da super terça-feira, sobre a vitória do Biden, em que eles entrevistam vários apoiadores do Bernie Sanders, perguntando as mesmas perguntas que a mídia está usando para atacar ele. Espero que vocês gostem. Feliz Dia Internacional das Mulheres. Eu estou partindo para a Avenida Paulista agora. E uma boa domingo, uma boa Dia Internacional das Mulheres para todas e todos de vocês.
Super Tuesday results are coming in. Voters in 14 states, along with American Samoa, went to the polls on March 3rd to allocate over 1,300 delegates, one-third of all pledged delegates in the Democratic primary. Voters faced long lines and waited for hours to vote in both Texas and California, tantamount to voter suppression. Not all the results in, but as of 8 a.m. on Wednesday, March 4th, former Vice President Joe Biden picked up 399 delegates, winning 9 states, including Virginia, North Carolina, former candidate Amy Klobuchar's state of Minnesota, and Texas, where he was boosted by an endorsement by former presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke. Biden's campaign was boosted after a decisive win in South Carolina and endorsements from former rivals Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar.
We won Minnesota because of Amy Klobuchar. And we're doing well in Texas because of Beto O'Rourke.
As projected, Senator Bernie Sanders won the state of California, the largest delegate count of the night, along with Utah, Colorado, and his home state of Vermont, adding 322 delegates to his total.
And when we began this race for the presidency, everybody said it couldn't be done. But tonight, I tell you with absolute confidence, we are going to win the Democratic nomination. And we are going to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of this country.
536 delegates are still to be awarded. Senator Elizabeth Warren placed third in Massachusetts, failing to win her home state, and winning only 42 delegates for a total of 50.
My name is Elizabeth Warren, and I'm the woman who's going to beat Donald Trump.
The Warren campaign was reportedly assessing the path forward on Wednesday. Former New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg announced he's dropping out of the race after spending over $500 million on his campaign, but failing to win a single state. After top finishes in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada vaulted Sanders into frontrunner status, the Democratic establishment coalesced around Biden, giving him momentum to exceed expectations on Super Tuesday. But with half of the primary still ahead and 7 states voting in primaries on March 10th, it's unclear if that momentum will hold. The establishment argument against Sanders is that he's not electable, he's too extreme, and could cost Democrats control of the House. We got a response to those claims from some of the 10,000 Bernie Sanders rally attendees in Springfield, Virginia on February 29th.
So his critics say he's too radical. He's a socialist, and they say he's going to lose to Trump, and the Democrats are going to lose the House. How do you respond to that?
Those people who is talking about socialism, they don't know what socialism means. What the capitalism means. Yeah. This is United States of America for everybody. But as we have the majority, the middle class people and lower class people have to have the right to have decent life too.
I think we have a pretty wide variety of voters here for Sanders. Some people who even used to be former Republicans. In 2016, we went with what the establishment Democrats wanted, and we ended up losing that election. So I think we need to put the power back in the people.
I think his democratic socialism is far different than socialism. He's definitely not a communist. People will try to do that, but I think that they'll be wrong, and I think the American public, for the most part, will see beyond that.
I think that my biggest counterpoint to that is the only Democrats who have to worry about losing if Bernie is at the top of the ticket is if they themselves are not trying to align themselves with Bernie's vision. If you're for the Green New Deal, if you're for Medicare for all, if you're for the people are going to come and support you. But if you're the kind of politician who's like, well, the people voted me in, but I'm not really going to do all the issues. I'm going to take care of the issues that actually matter to them. Then yeah, the people aren't going to show up for you. But if you have a commitment to people, if you have a commitment to the issues of justice, of love, of trying to create an actual equitable world, the people are going to come for you hands down.
Richard Ojeda in West Virginia was this close, very, very close to winning the congressional seat that he was running for, and he ran on progressive ideas. He just didn't. He didn't run as a Democrat. He ran as a populist, right? And I think if you focus on ideas like that, if you just focus on the policy proposals, if you focus on anti-establishment, then you can run a campaign, down ballot, down ticket, or otherwise, in which you can actually motivate people to go out to vote.
Bernie's critics say he's too far left. He's a socialist. He has expressed sympathies with Castro in Cuba. And because of those reasons, he's going to lose to Trump in the general election, and they're going to lose states like purple states like Virginia. Like he can't win these states. That is a top argument against him right now. How do you respond to that?
I respond that we've had people in the past that have similar beliefs, and people are just labeling him without really knowing what his issues are about.
My favorite president is FDR, and Bernie says he's the new FDR, and it's worked before and it can work again. So don't count it out this time.
In the past, he's praised people like Fidel Castro, and because of that, he's going to lose to Trump.
Another news reporter asked me that today. She said, why does Bernie support all these, dictators like from Cuba? And you should have looked at the reaction from the crowd, because everyone started laughing, right? And she was like, why is everyone laughing? Because it's so outrageous that you are saying that this righteous man and this man who's rational on all points of his record, the way he's been consistent on all of his policies, that he would support such thing like authoritarian dictator. He had the same position, as he said, right? As he said in the South Carolina debate, he had the same position as Obama in terms of saying that like the education program in Cuba brought increased literacy rate there.
If somebody at this point in time knows that they're going to vote for Trump, they've already made up their mind, and facts won't change their mind. That's the America we're sadly living in today. Honestly, Bernie Sanders has done a lot to explain how he definitely is praising the literacy programs that were enacted in Cuba that helped literacy. That's something that we should definitely strive for, better education. And if somebody can't get on board with that idea, and the idea that he wasn't praising a dictatorship, but rather the positive aspects of a influx of money and effort into an education system, well then, I don't like that. It's sad.
Senator Warren also supports Medicare for all, and she and her supporters say she's better positioned to actually make it happen, to actually implement that plan. Why not support Senator Warren?
So I actually do really like Senator Warren, and I think if Bernie weren't in the race, I'd be supporting her. But there's a level of just raw passion and a longer history of wanting to do the right thing.
I also like his stance on issues in the Middle East, like in Yemen and Palestine.
He is probably the first candidate ever on stage to take such a strong stance in defense of Palestinian rights, call Netanyahu a racist at the debate. How did that make you feel? What was your response?
Amazing. It was so amazing, especially because he is Jewish, and a lot of people would not expect that from somebody who is Jewish. Yeah. And it's I feel like he got a lot of Muslim support after doing that. It was very nice.
And you mentioned Yemen. Why is that important to you? Can you talk about what's happening there?
There's actually been a civil war going on there. I have a lot of family that lives there. Like my whole dad's side lives there. And the people there, they live off $1 a day. And they're starving. Half the population is supposed to die by the end of this year of starvation, something that's so preventable. And he took a stand against it. And he was we need to talk about what's going on in Yemen. And that, he had my heart from there.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people say Bernie hasn't gotten anything done, but that was a bipartisan resolution they passed with the Republican senator. And people have called what's happening in Yemen a genocide, and it's backed by Saudi Arabia.
It is. It's definitely a genocide, and the people are suffering daily because of it. And I appreciate his stance on it and saying that it needs to be dealt with, because it's really important.
For The Real News, this is Jessel Noor.